Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Software Engineer Kaya, and today we've got quite a few different updates to go through. Today I just wanted to address a few updates with regards to the upcoming drop. So we should be having, I predict, a double drop next week as well. We have some more information on the Givenchy drop with the number of mints, just what NFTs we can expect, as well as a little bit of a teaser that we had in a previous video. It's something that people did kind of notice, and I decided to just do a little bit more research into it as well. So I just want to share that with you guys. I just wanted to address a few sort of issues around VeVe and VeVeWorse, just a little bit around the trademarks that some people are worried about. And I did also want to touch on the drop that we had, Slimer, and a quick wrap up with our price. So just addressing the kind of concerns that some people had. So I tend to see a lot of weird conspiracy theories. I've seen one where people conspired that Alfred Khan doesn't actually work for Ecomi because we still haven't had that interview, which we should be having actually. It'll be Alfred Khan and the rest of the Ecomi team, so it won't just be a one-on-one kind of thing. Yeah, I've seen some weird conspiracy theories, but another one is, some people have seen the recent kind of trademark application, and this is something that they've noticed is the current status isn't like confirmed or anything. It's just application published, and they've had this kind of weird idea that Ecomi doesn't actually own the trademarks to VeVe or VeVeWorse, and it's some kind of elaborate rug pull scheme. And yeah, it's I mean, I don't even really know what to say at this point. It's you have a lot of people commenting when they don't have the full kind of underlying knowledge to really understand why certain decisions are made, and this can be applied in it again and again. There are people commenting on the fact that they're never going to have gems to fiat or gems to omi or whatever without understanding what a money transfer license is, all of the legal stuff that goes into acquiring that. There are people who have been saying, why haven't we had buybacks already, without understanding everything that goes into the legal and compliance side of actually doing buybacks for a company. There's so many different scenarios, and it's fair enough if you want to comment on this, but you need to have a full understanding of all of the different underlying the underlying knowledge required to fully understand why certain decisions are made. So just to address this one, because I'm just going to address this, is yes, there are applications published, but they do actually own the trademarks. They had the trademarks already approved back in 2020. The reason why they have refiled is obviously, again, they're trying to do everything in a compliant way. And when I did have a review of both of these, they have added more information. And I believe for whatever reason, they had to refile in order to meet whatever compliance changes. And I'm not a lawyer in patents and trademarks, so I wouldn't be able to say exactly. But the fact that they have refiled and all of the information is there, this is all public, it does make me more confident. At least they are, and they have been following everything very, very, tightly from a legal perspective. And that's what really kind of attracted me to Ecomi, is the fact that they're being extremely compliant. Because there are a lot of projects out there where people, and this is another thing, a lot of projects are actually not working in a compliant way. People see this, but they don't realize that, and they just think this is the normal way that companies should work. A lot of people have been saying, why can't you be given OMI for holding OMI when other projects do that? And there are issues with that. If you get rewarded in some kind of monetary compensation for holding a token, then that token no longer can be classified as a token. It can be classified as an unregistered security, which can then get you into issues with the SEC and can also cause you to get delisted, like what happened with XRP. So, and that would pretty much destroy the valuation of whatever project it is. But they're not doing that kind of thing. So it's why I'm not worried when, we have kind of more updates and regulations. But that's just one thing that I wanted to address. Now, the other thing is we had the Givenchy drop. So David Yu has shared this on his Instagram already, so definitely do check it out. But on the actual Givenchy beauty website. So they have said that this is by Givenchy Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna have 1950, so 1952 editions of it. Is going to be by Rewind Collective, and I'm going to touch a little bit on that in a second. But what's pretty cool is it's for a pretty interesting cause, and it's for a niche that we haven't seen before. So obviously they're exploring this kind of abstract art, but they're targeting, people who are supporting the kind of whole LGBTQIA plus movement. And I think that's pretty interesting because I haven't really seen much of that in terms of the NFT space. And especially for a platform like VeVe, I think it's going to be really, really cool as a way to raise awareness. So they did actually share in their Twitter that Rewind Code, the exact same kind of group that they're working with here, who kind of designed these NFTs, they have done art art auctions in the past. And what's pretty interesting is, so you can see here, has created lucrative NFT art in the past, fetching upwards of $625,000. So that's pretty interesting. Now, I do want to be quite clear about this, that kind of how should I say it? So the art industry is very lucrative, but it was essentially created as a way to kind of avoid taxes. I'm not going to go too much into depth with why, but I don't think the VeVe NFT artworks will be used in the same way, just because the platform isn't going to be used by these people who are involved in this kind of very lucrative art industry for the purposes of tax and wealth conservation. But definitely do have a look at kind of like how this fine art industry was developed, and kind of who these people are that evaluate artworks. It's quite interesting stuff to read about, but essentially it was developed initially as a way to conserve wealth. So I believe VeVe won't be used in that same way, which is why I believe they won't be, selling for these kind of ridiculous amounts. But at the same time, I believe these NFTs will hold value, and I think that is going to be good for the platform overall. So, don't expect to be reselling things for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay, it's probably not going to happen. Now, that being said, I did have a look at yes, so we had the Slimer the Ghost Trap, and there were a few interesting, I guess, teasers in here. So we can see in the background there is what appears to be a 2D artwork, and this is actually a Louis Vuitton artwork. And if we have a look, it is selling for $1,500, and it's by the artist Razzia. So this one is the Louis Vuitton classic Waidstone Manor, and it's the exact same one within the background here. So I did a bit more research, and the artist Razzia, he does have quite an interesting style for posters. And we can see here another LV one. He basically does a lot of kind of cool posters for LV. And I did what I normally do, and I looked at the type of people that David Yu is following. And what I found is he does not appear to actually be following someone by the name of Razzia. So that's that's his followers, not his following. He doesn't appear to be following someone called Razzia. But just to double check, I did also check Razzia's Instagram, and normally it would show if David Yu or someone you're following is following. And I didn't really see anything. So that it might just be coincidence. He just isn't following him on Instagram, but he clearly does seem to like his work, because he has kind of teased to us a teaser of the Louis Vuitton artwork. So there is something there, but we just don't know for sure what. Now I did have the Slimer drop, and I think that was pretty cool. I'm really, really, I really enjoy the kind of translucent green misty glow that the Slimer has. So I'm pretty excited that I managed to get that, and just having some fun, like taking some pictures. But I did notice that Slimer has held a decent floor price of around about 70 gems. So that is, about 2.5 times up, which is similar to the Superman. So, for a non sort of full set on its own super prestigious IP drop, Slimer has actually gone up as a percentage by the same amount that the Superman went up. But I believe in the future the Superman will appreciate more, just because it counts as one full set. It's the first appearance of Superman as well, and it just looks pretty cool. So I'm pretty excited for that. Now, what I did also want to touch on is the price of Omi for today. So just moving straight onto that, the price has pretty much been relatively flat. It has actually come down a bit, around that kind of 0.19 cent range. So we are around this low here, 0.19 cents. However, and I believe we have not come down to our lowest, which was around about 0.16. So we are still looking relatively flat. We can expect a little bit of volatility, but compared to where we were before in terms of volatility, this is pretty much flat. So like I said, we are expecting the buybacks this month. What would be interesting, and this could happen, is if the buybacks don't happen this month, is it possible for us to dump further? Because I noticed that during the drop yesterday, the price hadn't dumped, even though after a drop, the price usually does dump. And everyone kind of knows now that we're not really leaving tokens behind. Whereas that was quite, a heavy bit of speculation. So I was expecting the price to dump, but it didn't. It just stayed flat. So that to me implies that we may be at the bottom now. But if we don't get the buybacks this month, it'll be interesting to see if we do dump, because if we don't dump after something like that not happening, then that confirms to me that we are literally at the bottom, and it is a very, very safe. I mean, to be honest, buying now is if I was doing that, I would consider that a pretty good buy, but it just confirms to me that we are at a safe price point for anyone who's kind of looking to get into Omi to enter. So I am pretty bullish still. I will try and get some more Omi next week just to lower my dollar cost average. But yeah, we still have quite a bit to go just to hit that 1 cent mark again. So, got quite a lot of things to look forward to and quite a few hurdles to jump through. So that's pretty much everything I want to go through with you guys today. As always, I will keep you guys updated with anything else I find out. And please do like and subscribe to support the content. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.